Greetings, this is Fallon Hart, and this beautiful thing right here is the newly re-released Neverwinter Nights 2019 Collector's Edition, one with the Switch. I love this game. Those of you who have known me for even a short amount of time, I've said it so many times on this channel, this is my favourite game of all time. I fucking love Neverwinter Nights. I credit it as being the game that turned me into the gamer I am today. It's the reason I fell in love with Western RPGs and RPGs in general. It's the reason why I think the PC is, well, I came to think the PC is the most superior platform because of the mods and the modules and all the things that make this already big game last even longer. I loved the idea of making a character and taking that character through to other adventures and stories, like an actual Dungeons and Dragons character. Here's my Truth Miner, my very first Dungeons and Dragons character. A dwarven rogue conspiracy theorist. and I love it. I think it's one of the greatest games ever made. Now, this was part of there were several packs. There was Neverwinter Nights, there was Icewind Dale and Planescape Torment, and there was Baldur's Gate 1 and 2. You're looking at like collector's editions of some of the greatest and most influential Western RPGs ever made. And the fact that they're coming over to a new generation of gamers, on platforms, and on what I would personally consider to be the current best platform ever, the Switch. The Switch has many, many issues, and from what I've heard, the sad thing is, from what I've heard, if you're playing Neverwinter Nights, don't get it on the Switch. From what I've heard, it's got really bad optimization problems. For a game that's this old, there's no excuse for that on the Switch's hardware. The Switch's hardware is not that bad. But yeah, so of course it's my favourite game of all time, and currently the Switch is my favourite platform of all time. It's nudged out the PlayStation 2 and Nintendo 3DS XL. The Switch is my current favourite platform of all time. I absolutely love it. The only problem with it really is the absolutely worthless online paywall thing. But anyway, this box is lovely. It's got a magnetised hold here, and honestly, I'm considering gutting the entire thing and filling it with felt and using it as kind of like one of these. So I could probably fit this. I could fit this in here anyway for my dice and card decks and things like that. That's what I'm thinking of doing. But I suppose it will depend on how well this thing lasts, because it looks really nice. It seems like a decently built thing, but you can already tell there's a little bit of a scratch here there, and that's just from you know, sending it over. Yeah, just checking to see if I'm not running out of data. Is it still recording? Yeah. And then over here, let's open it up, and we have the setup. The different ones came with different things. Obviously I went with this one because Neverwinter Nights. Some really nice looking badges. See if it auto focuses there. Doo-doo. A nice looking badge, Neverwinter Nights symbol, and the Drow Queen, I forget her name, from Hordes of the Underdark. Nice looking badges, nothing to write home about, but they're nice. Here is the piece de resistance for me. Nice little dice box, and if I can open it, there we go. Inside, on this bit of this felt. Have I opened it the wrong way or something? Ah! Why is this harder to open than I imagined it would be? Get out! No! Hey! Here we go! Really gorgeous set of metal dice. And these are hefty fuckers as well. These are hefty fuckers. They've got a really nice weight to them. Really nice case. And just a lovely little set. You know, if I do play Dungeons and Dragons physically at any point, that is what I'm using. It's lovely. We have here a little medallion. TM 2019 Wizards of the Coast, made in China, of course. Lovely, nice, again, very hefty little medallion. I don't know what I do with that, but I want to do something with it because it's lovely. It's such a really nice looking thing, and I'd love to add it to some kind of art project, but and like stick it on a wall or somewhere, but I have no idea what to do with it. It's absolutely gorgeous. I've joked about using it as a, a coaster, but I wouldn't want to stain it or ruin it. It's a lovely little thing. Put this over here. Back here we have a little notebook with Neverwinter Nights logo on it. Really nice design around the thing. Trying to turn it so you can see it in the reflection of the thing. Fox lever, or fake lever, folks lever. Let's open it up. I've never really been one to use notebooks, so I can't imagine what I'd use this for, but it is absolutely gorgeous. In fact, I know exactly what I'm using this for. My Roll20 Dungeons & Dragons characters. Every single time I finish a campaign with one, I'm going to print them out and I'm going to put them in here. Yeah, that's totally what I'm going to do with that. Let's put that onto here. And now we have some character cards. And they've got like a paper around them. How do I get this out without damaging them is the question. There we go. Coming prepared. There we go. Again, nothing really to write home about, but if you're a huge fan, then you could always frame them. We've got, once again, we've got the Drow Queen from Neverwinter Nights, Hordes of the Underdark, the second expansion. We've got, I can't believe I forgot her name. She is a Erebeth. She is a half-elf paladin who loses her lover because her lover is basically used as a martyr to blame for treachery, essentially. They blame her partner for treachery, despite the fact that he did nothing of the sort, and she kind of loses her mind and she falls and becomes a dark paladin, but really cool character. Erebeth, the Temriel. And then, this is the one I wanted. I might actually frame this. This is Deacon Scalesinger, a kobold bard. Nowhere near as cute as he used to be because he's got the new 5th edition kind of kobold design. He's nowhere near as cute as he used to be. But this is Deacon. This is actually, yeah, here we go. Deacon Scalesinger. He is a kobold bard and later becomes a red dragon disciple and gets these wings. He is adorable. He sings the Doom song way before Invader Zim made it popular. I'm actually not too sure about that. This is like a 2002 game, I think. Yeah. And he is just adorable. He calls you master. He used to like worship a dragon. He's honestly one of my favourite RPG companions of all time. Let's see what it says about him. A kobold of the Dripping Fang clan, Deacon always dreamed of becoming a legendary bard. When the opportunity arose to accompany a novice adventurer on their quest, Deacon jumped at the chance and immediately began his work. His new heroic saga. And you actually hear of him in Neverwinter Nights 2. He's written many books and he's quite successful. Really, really cool character. And then, yeah, we've got Erebeth back here. Her backstory. And what's her name? The Valsharess. The Dark Elf matron calling herself the Valsharess has amassed an army of subterranean denizens. Conquered much of the Underdark. Really, really cool. So they've really basically got the best characters of the main campaigns. Original campaign, second campaign. I like it's not even a bad guy. On the third campaign, I love it. I'll definitely honestly frame this. I love Deacon a great deal, and that actually could be something I could do. I could frame these, maybe I can get some custom woodwork done, and I can frame these and then and have this medallion at the top somewhere like that. Like 1 and then a space, 2 space, and then a medallion at the top. Something like that perhaps. I don't know, maybe just one of them with Deacon. And there goes the phone. It's not the greatest pack there ever was, because it doesn't come with an art book or a really nice figure or anything like that. I'd love a figure of Deacon. You know, the badges are probably the nicest thing about it, but it is, for a fan, I love it. And then right here we have the poster that I have no hope in hell of actually returning back to its original state. You can see the other versions there. There's Baldur's Gate, Icewind Dale, Baldur's Gate 1 and 2, Planescape Torment. The other ones that you could get. And there was one weird one. I would have got this one, but it mixed all the different ones together. But you didn't get everything from the other sets. It was weird. They had like a mix match. It's COD. I didn't expect that. And here we have the Sword Coast. Oh yeah, it says there. The Sword Coast. One of the many, many settings of Dungeons and Dragons, and by far the one I am the most familiar with. This was my setting because I only ever played Dungeons and Dragons very recently for the first time with Truth Miner here. But I have played many, many Dungeons and Dragons game, and most of my knowledge of D&D comes from 4th edition, Neverwinter Nights, and online videos of stories and things, and like listening to people play through their games and whatnot. So, yeah, it's been an absolute blast. If you've never played Dungeons and Dragons before, and you can do it, it is one of the single most fun experiences you will ever have. And I am running out of battery space here. Again, I've got a few maps in the corner over there. I've got one of Skyrim. No, it's Tamriel as a whole, not just Skyrim. So I'll figure somewhere to put that. So yeah, what I'll probably end up doing is I'll probably end up gutting this by taking these little additional pages out. I'll fill this area with felt, and then I'll use this to keep a bunch of Dungeons and Dragons stuff, like my dice and my miniatures and, you know, and so forth. But yeah, is it worth the money? I can't actually remember how much it was. Probably not, but I am a huge fan of Neverwinter Nights, and I had to get it. And I'm very much looking forward to playing this on the Switch, which I will be doing right as this finishes, because I can't edit this right away, unfortunately. I have puppies to take care of. But yeah, Neverwinter Nights Collector's Edition. Let's open this up like that. Let's put these here. Let's have Deacon in the forefront, because everyone needs some Deacon. Doom, doom, doom. There we go. And they come. It wasn't just the Switch. There were different versions of it as well for different platforms. But yeah, I'm happy with it. Not the greatest thing of all time, but I'm happy with it. And yeah, I will definitely be using this to keep my Dungeons & Dragons character. The very first will be Truth Miner, and then I'll probably make notes of builds. And I tell you what I will do a lot. I've played through Skyrim a lot, and I like to collect all the magic, all the different enchantments, and all the different collectibles. And what I do every single time is I write down a list of all of them so I can cross them off later on. So I'll probably just do that at one point, and that way I can just cross them off when I want to, when I'm playing through the game. You know, as opposed to redoing it every single time. Really, really, really nice for a fan. It's certainly not the best collector's edition I've ever seen, but I'm happy with it. This, to me, these are worth the price. Like, words cannot describe just how hefty these things are. These are really, really nice like hefty metal dice. And they're clear, they're not over-designed like you'll find some of them, you can read them. I'm more than happy with them. That's worth the price of it alone, in my opinion. And this is just gorgeous as well. I don't know what I'll do with it, but it's gorgeous. Anyway, this has been Fallen Hog, giving you much needed gamegasm. I'm going to play me some Neverwinter Nights. I think I'll play a Barbarian this time. I rely too much on clerics when I play Neverwinter Nights, but I think this time I'll play a Barbarian. Yeah, do something a bit different, huh? Hope you've enjoyed. I'm hoping the Switch port isn't as bad as I've heard. But seriously, get it on PC if you have to, but play it. My favourite game of all time for a reason. It does things that even modern day RPGs don't even bother with, such as transferring your character over and custom, you know, custom adventures that you can download like as mods. And also it has an online mode, so you can go on and you can join people online and you can go on the adventure together with friends, which I've never done because I've never had friends that played this game. So go and join me. It's probably not giving you much in the gamegasm. I will see you next time. Please save. I hope I have enough space on my card.